Hey, what's up? What's shaking? What's good? We're on day 2. I'm outside of Starbucks right now. It's getting kind of chilly and I'm really enjoying it. I'm appreciating the change in the weather and I'm ready to kick it off. So, if you'll notice, you're asked early in the day for to choose a feeling, to choose just to assign a feeling to how you want to experience your day. And I chose comfort today, and I'm curious to know which of the 3 words you chose. Comfort for me means an easiness, a confidence that where I'm going and what I'm doing is on track with me and what I'm doing and what I'm about and what I'm interested in. It's you're just doing you. That's how I feel that's what I think about when I'm contemplating what feeling I want to extract from that and intend for my day. And this book is amazing for even bringing real emphasis on intention. Um, I love that. There's a line, I think it's intentions are a form of design that we lay out in our mind. And that is so true. Not only what we intend, but what we feel about what we intend. You can set out to accomplish a series of things, but really how you feel about it is relevant and is a part of it. It's not just the writing on the board. It's the feeling, the premises, the attitudes that drove you to write that to begin with. It's all relevant. And I think that's something important to think about relative to emotional literacy, like what we're reaching for with this book. It's knowing how you feel, knowing what that means, being aware of our internal guidance, because that's what our emotions are. They will always tell us when we're on track with taking care of ourselves and supporting ourselves, or if we're veering off the path. That's important to acknowledge when going through this. And really, as you read the material, I can't emphasize this enough, truly um, be with the language and just kind of savor it and taste it. This isn't for quick consumption. It's for digestion. You really want to try to digest what we're reading, what we're absorbing, what we're working on as we dedicate time, very precious minutes. We know how life is busy. You want to get the full leverage out of it. So, once again, be present. There is some focus on appreciation always, which I really love. There's one thing I noticed in my personal journey through this understanding, and that is ultimately I can now draw the line between a person who experiences that feeling of not being appreciated by others and the completely human habit of not taking the time to appreciate what is so easy to appreciate around us, because we've assigned value to things, we've assigned value to particular events that we're trying to elicit or make happen. So it's like, I've saved my appreciation for this and I've already got this. So it's kind of like a what's the point kind of thing. And there's some shame about that too. I would even argue for just socially, as I observe how we talk about things, how we talk about what we even appreciate. Because it's not new to have the idea of, okay, appreciate what's around you, but there's always a little bit of an attitude of kind of like slapping the hand a little bit, like like it's inappropriate that you've lost sight of that. And I want to encourage all of you guys to shift that dynamic. It's completely natural to be distracted by things. And when you zoom out from a larger scale, you're always coming back home to yourself when you appreciate. And there's some fun in leaving the house. You know what I'm saying? So you might fall out of favor with yourself, but the beauty in being an adventurer and a visionary is knowing when you have your center to return to, your center is never going to be like, well, where have you been for the past 3 days? Or how come you haven't been appreciating like you're supposed to? It's going to be welcome home, warm dinner, nice blanket, foot massage type experience every single time. That's beautiful to know. It takes the shame out of mistakes, for lack of a better term. So I really encourage that. So for you to get appreciation, you got to be on that wavelength. You have to be on that emotional frequency. So to get it, you got to be it. I mean, real talk. It's just what it is. You got to be it if you want to see it reflected back to you. So take that into account as you approach the prompts for appreciation. Another thing I want to touch on is the breath, the breathing, that this wonderful book suggests, and that is just going into breath for 15 minutes, deep breath in, deep breath out, and really embracing the idea, the feeling, the appreciation for well-being. It's so important not to try to pin it to particular and specific things in your life, because sometimes you're going to prompt yourself to list something that you should feel appreciation about, but you're kind of not right now, so it gets all muddy. It's just there is blood flowing through my veins, and I can breathe, and there's well-being in that. If there's one thing about your body that works, take that moment and just flow into appreciation about that. It's super helpful. Be with yourself as you move through this. Be with yourself as you breathe, and try to visualize the well-being. Sometimes I like to sit and just kind of feel the energy moving through me, through my limbs, the potential energy sitting in everything in my body poised to move when I give the command. Just thinking about that as a concept, it feels confident to me. It feels good. And I think it does help me settle into my meditation as it's prescribed here. So I want to know what you guys are spending your vibrational coins on. What are you spending your money on today? I decided to get myself this camera bundle for that nice little fancy camera with lots of lenses and accessories and a bag. I'm gonna post a picture of it in the comments, so don't hesitate to give me screenshots. Like, I love that kind of stuff. I want to know what you guys are dreaming about. What are the things that you're what tickles your fancy? What are you into? I'm curious. I want to see it. So don't hesitate. Give me screenshots or describe it. I love that. So next is the puzzle. Um, the words for today are affirmation, blissful, elated, establish, evidence, limitless, optimistic, and thrive. These are all really good words. We want to start integrating that into our lexicon. It's not just filling in the answers, but embracing these definitions and making associations between us and these affirmations, because that's what they are, really. We're setting the framework for you to establish consistent practiced thought about these things, and we begin to attach to them. We attach to them as we continue to think about them, as we continue to find ways to recognize how we relate to them, and it becomes it gets woven into the DNA of how you think. So put attention on that. The next section is the story of you. This is my favo. Really just snip all the ties between you and reality and tell a beautiful story about what happens to you from this free moment on, free of any kind of logistics, free of any kind of reality, completely just let go of the balloon, the helium balloon of your dream. Just let it go and let it float. Don't pin it down to logistics. Go there, be there, and right. I don't care how silly it sounds or how stupid it sounds or how not well together it is. And you'll notice as you move through this book, you'll revise it. You'll add on to things. That's what happened for me the first time I did this. It was just like, ooh, that feels good. As I move through the exercises, as I do the work, as I uncover things, you like uh, just interests and desires bubble up. And I found for me today, my story was so different from the last one. Although there was an underlying theme that was the same, but it was more clear. It felt more relevant to me this second time around, which I love. It means that my expectations are shifting about what I'm capable of, who I am, and what that means, and what I can do. And so it feels less far away dream and more. It's just a closer feeling. It's a more intimate feeling. It feels tangible to me, and that's what you're reaching for. Really, just to develop a tangibility between you and your dreams. That's how you pin it down into the physical experience. So give all the love you can to the story of you. It's so good. I'm going to sit down. There's something about dance studios in my space, music studios in my space. There's um, what I'm doing with you guys is definitely in my space. It's all about creativity, from inception to completion. And the inception is internal. And I want to develop a beautiful playground that facilitates all of that. And it feels good to write about it. It feels good to think about it. It feels good to read about it. And it's just amazing. So I'm really super excited to hear about what you guys think, what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, what you're going through, what you're thinking about as you move through these exercises, what you're wishing for. I love knowing those kinds of things. What fun activities. I think today I'm going to go walk on the lake. I might make a video there, um, just to do a little stroll over the dam we have in the area. One other thing before I go. There is a some folks may not be interested in so much reading for those who have the digital copy. So there is a read out loud feature in Adobe that you can have access to. You can either look in the view menu, and there should be a read out loud option that you can select. And for some versions, there is like a dialogue bubble in the top right of Adobe where you can activate it from there. You just click that and you're able to have it just being read aloud to you. So maybe that would help as you're folding laundry. I love doing like reading things, focus oriented things when I'm folding laundry because I am still working on my attitude about freaking laundry. Anyway, love you guys. Have a good one.